Yeah, what is good, everybody? What is good, yo? Sword Art Online. No. My God, this anime finally had little hiccups that looked almost not decent, and I would not be surprised to see towards the end of this season, towards the end of it all, that this is going to be the first thing that people jump to, like, oh man, Sword Art, this season was trash. Look at this animation. It was so trash. Look, Kimito's here, now Kimito's there. Oh my god. I can see them jumping and using only this so far as their main staple of why Sword Art is doo-doo. But at the same time, they would be then doing themselves a disservice because this whole entire arc itself right here, with them destroying the arc, with just this episode alone, they destroy the tree, they defeat goblins, and not only do they do all these things, they pretty much sum up what type of world we're living in for Kimito. It is life or death. This man got cut on his arm compared to a goblin king who got freaking a whole arm chopped off. They're both bleeding out. Kimito bleeding way less because it was a cut, because he definitely can react to things much easier than any average sword player out there, including a goblin, including different species, humans, elves, all these different people. He has the reaction speed, and that always is going to come and play a pivotal part of Kimito's overall game plan. And to know that we're going to see Kimito completely go from the hero of this to maybe becoming the step up, or like the backup guy compared to Ergo, um, I can already tell the guy that he has just trained to become a sword fighter. He already has something very, very unknown to Kimito, and that being that his eye completely was going nuts. So when all of this happened, and I don't remember, yeah, it didn't really have anything to do with like what he saw, or like it didn't change his sight of like, oh, because of this eye he could see levels, and he could see options and all this stuff. We never really got an explanation as to why his eye looks like that, or what this eye is possibly capable of. Like maybe he's a part of the system that can't be defeated by normal means because he has such an important role, which is why he bled out so slowly from such a grave wound, compared to someone like how the sister was kind of putting it, like no one should survive from this, but yet here he is still breathing and fighting with his durability at like 20, so um, it was baffling to her. So to think that Kimito is definitely an important player in this storyline, but nonetheless, he's not the main character. He's not going to be the person that truly solves it all, end all be all. It feels like, anyway, it feels like that is being put up to this next character whose calling now is to become a swordsman and to go to the central tower, or the central city, which the girl lays in the tower, which kind of felt really Asuna Kimito-esque, in top of the tower, like they're trying to make a recreation of it. And that's the only problem I had with Sword Art storytelling, is all of it felt the same in a way, like it always comes down to a girl being in trouble. There's always a damsel in distress. It feels like, and I don't want to put Sword Art in a negative light. I mean, enough people do that as it is. But to think that this girl's held up in a high tower, that probably people who don't have normal authorization, can't get up to, he's gonna have to figure a way out, and this other guy's gonna have to figure it out a way with him. So that's just my little, grovel about it. But I'm guessing it's going to be rather interesting in the end game to see how they get up there, what's in their way to get up there, and then once they do all of these things, who is, running this, who is capable of changing things or getting in the way. Things like that have not been introduced to us, but to see the ghost of her silhouette or whatever tell Kimito and the guy that, she's going to be waiting for them both, clearly shows that she has a better memory of all the things that transpired with Kimito there, and not only just him, because supposedly they lived it out without Kimito being there. So that instantly puts you in a position to say, did this happen twice? Or did this happen once and only they knew about Kimito? Like he was a summon for only them? Because if I do remember correctly, people did hold down Kimito in the town to stop him from rushing in. So that gives me a good indication that he was real. He wasn't just someone that, can be seen only by them. So, um, very curious as to why the memories of Kimito is definitely going on deaf ears, and even the sister herself of Alice does not know who Kimito was because it just wasn't something that was, put in the open about their relationship, which I think they could have fleshed out, but they're like, why would we? We could just make it so she doesn't know him. That works better. But yeah, saving the sisters from the goblins, straight into going to fight the tree, and Kimito teaching this person pretty much how to be another black swordsman. There's going to be trouble for this world with the Kimito and this guy running loose, fighting just like Kimito, maybe even better if he can master the art of the system because he was born with it, unlike Kimito who is learning it from back when he was a kid and doesn't remember anything, and B, from just seeing him do it and copying it and then finding out that he can do it himself. So very interesting stuff for Kimito to learn and stuff, and I still think he can become one of the bigger aspects of the show. It's just it feels like he's not in the position to do so because the story's already chosen the main antagonist for this arc. And I'm not mad about that. I mean, Kimito doesn't need to always be the overall savior. We saw where Asuna wanted to help the girl Yuki, and she did. When Kimito shows up, helps a little bit, but he didn't go into the boss fight and join their guild to, finish off the boss. He just stopped the hundreds of PvE players. So very cool stuff here. I think he's playing another role like that where he is definitely going to be the one to get them to the stepping stones or the promised land. It's just they're going to have to be the ones to actually solve the full-on case. But with that being said, everybody, I will be talking to you in the next one. Much quicker video this time. Goblin Slayer was just so hype and epic that I had to get a lot out. And with this, it was definitely more contained with the tree and the goblins, and then it being the departure of the two boys onto the journey, which I am excited to see Kimito back in action after getting, shown that he's pretty doo-doo in this world comparing. I mean, he just got beat up by a goblin. Hence, we don't know what this level goblin would be in his Alkide world, because he's using the Alkide uh, fight. He called his sword style the Alkine or whatever, so that was a really cool callback. I don't think we're necessarily going to stay in that world ever again with the fairies and stuff, but it's nice to know that they're at least, you know, talking about the freaking place. It's not like it just disappeared into thin air. So, with all that being said, I can't wait to hear your guys' comments or just to see who is watching, see if this thing is getting some views, because I truly love me some sword art when it's looking beautiful and the storytelling is not very obvious. I felt like I didn't know where they could be going with the whole system and all of these different things, but with Kimito bleeding and actually feeling pain and knowing it's not a virtual world, it puts a whole better perspective on just the threat level of him needing to increase his abilities because he shouldn't want to feel pain in this world, seeing how it's not the virtual world that he's used to. So with that, everybody, I hope you enjoy. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you do, because it is your choice and it helps this video climb. And I kind of want us to be the biggest things out there, because let's be honest, we're the only ones out here, like me and the people that I talk to are the only ones out here that really give you the raw truth. We're not hiding anything of our emotions just so we can cater to you guys. That is rare in this community. Everybody just says stuff that's going to either, like I could pick a fight with anybody in any community just because I know it'll give me attention, but that's not the attention I need to bring to this channel. And that's why we keep it very truthful here, and that's why I also want to hear your comments, because I know if I said something wrong, if I put something in a bigger position than it's going to be, people correct me. And I think that's better than nothing at all. So with that, everybody, peace.